Am I the only one that didn't realize anoint could mean more than a church thing? Turns out, it's way more personal. Most Bibles say the woman anointed Jesus, but in the Greek, the word for anoint is not here. The Greek word here is about perfuming, rubbing in fragrant oils, filling the air with luxury. Perfume. My body in the Today's Bible doesn't just sound fancy, it lets you feel her love. Sometimes the little words change everything. In Mark chapter 12, verse 31, Jesus says, "Love your neighbor as yourself." But what if we've misunderstood who that neighbor is? The original Greek word, plesion, doesn't just mean the person next door. It means anyone near you, literally the one nearby. The Today's Bible translates it as, "You will love the person near you as yourself." This small change opens the door wider. It's not just about loving locals, it's about loving whoever crosses your path. That's the radical inclusivity of Jesus. And that's something other Bibles often miss. I bet you didn't know the widow in Mark 12:44 gave her entire life savings. That's what her few coins were. The New Today's Bible says she threw in everything, her whole life savings, and she didn't even make enough to live on. That's more than poetry, it's real sacrifice. This translation helps us feel the depth of her trust, something older versions miss. You need to hear this if you're a Bible reader who loves digging into the details. In Mark 13:5-6, deceive sounds like trickery, but the Greek word planao actually means to lead astray, like losing your way, not just falling for a trick. Mislead shows it's about being pulled off the path. That's why the Today's Bible gets it right, so you don't miss the warning. Discover the truth with the Today's Bible. In Mark 13:22, most Bibles warn about false Christs, but the Today's Bible nails it with counterfeit anointed kings. Sounds political and sneaky, right? Not just some religious guys. By calling them anointed kings, it highlights their royal scams designed to mislead God's chosen. Stay woke with the Today's Bible. Are you confused by the phrase "four winds" in your Bible? You're not alone. Let's clear it up. Traditional Bibles say Jesus gathers his people from the four winds. Sounds poetic, right? But in the Bible times, it just meant all four directions: north, south, east, west. The Today's Bible spells it out. The four winds are the four compass directions. So, it's a worldwide gathering. No one's left out. Now that's clear. I bet you've heard the story of the woman with the expensive perfume. But do you know just how expensive it really was? Let's break it down. Traditional Bibles say over 300 denarii, but how much is that? The Today's Bible adds $15,000. That's almost a whole year's salary poured out in one moment. Suddenly the outrage and Jesus' defense makes way more sense. Details like this help the story hit home. If you're a Bible reader, you might have missed this. Judas wasn't just any disciple, he was different. Here's why that matters. In most Bibles, Judas is called Iscariot, but Today's Bible spells it out from Kerioth. Iscariot is Greek for from Kerioth, a village in Judea. That means Judas was the only disciple not from Galilee. Makes you think maybe feeling like an outsider played a part in his betrayal. Sometimes the details change everything. Here's something most Bibles don't tell you about Gethsemane. In Mark 14:32, the Today's Bible adds the Aramaic meaning, oil press. Gethsemane isn't just a garden, it's where olives are crushed. That adds deep symbolism. Jesus pressed by sorrow, about to bear the world's sin. See how one word can change everything? If you've read Abba, Father, and thought it sounded distant, imagine saying Daddy instead. That's what the Aramaic word means, and that's a whole new feel. Most Bibles stick with the foreign word Abba and leave out the Greek word for the, but today's Bible says Daddy, the Father. When Jesus faces his hardest moment, he cries out with childlike trust, just like we do when we need comfort most. Daddy isn't just a title, it's a hug in a word.